Apparently, all I had to do this whole time was threaten legal action and they would have just let me go. Today is January 21st of 2026. And for those of you who don't know, I have been serving a prison sentence for over 4 years now. 4 years and 4 months, actually. The entire time that I've been serving the sentence, up until very recently, my expiration date, my release date was January 1st of 2026. But back on October 1st of 2025, they told me that they had moved the date forward to January 23rd as my release date. After some back and forth, it was established that this was due to a system error. It had nothing to do with me. It wasn't a parole violation or anything, but the system was treating me as though I was violating parole and pushing my date out. Okay, so I went back and forth with my parole officer about this. We had email communications. I had in-person meetings with her. And basically the only information that I was receiving from her was that she was doing her best to get it corrected, but apparently they couldn't correct it. Again, this has been going on since October 1st is when I found out about it. And then about 10 days ago, when my original expiration date had already passed, and I was awaiting my new one that had been pushed out in error to the 23rd of January, I noticed that they had pushed my date out again to February 5th, okay? I contacted my parole officer and was like, hey, what's going on with this? And she said, I'm sending emails. I'm trying to figure it out and get it fixed, but, I'll get back to you. Never got back to me. Basically the same response that I've been getting this whole time about this. So this morning, I had ChatGPT write me an email. Now, the communication between me and my parole officer up to this point has been pretty casual, right? Like the emails I'm sending are pretty informal and just conversational. But I had ChatGPT write me an email that sounded very legal and lawyery and official, basically politely and professionally, but firmly demanding that this issue get escalated, that it get resolved immediately, that I demand to know who's responsible for making these decisions, that I want documentation about my legal expiration date. The intention was to give the impression that a lawyer was getting involved. And 21 minutes later, 21 minutes after I sent that email, I get this email back from her. I'm gonna read it to you right now. I just received, literally this morning at 9:37 a.m., an email from the timekeeper at NDOC, that's Nevada Department of Corrections. Your expiration date has been adjusted to January 14th, 2026, and I have already completed your discharge. You should receive it in the mail in a few days. 21 minutes later, 4 months, almost 4 months, this has been going on. And 20 minutes after I sent an email that seemed like I was about to get a lawyer involved, I get released instantly. Oh, that seems super suspicious. Like it really does seem super suspicious. And I'm pretty sure she knows that it seems super suspicious too, which is why she included in this letter the part where she said, I just received literally this morning at 9:37 a.m. because I sent the email at 10:55. So she felt the need to include that because of how obviously suspicious it seems. But I do have to say that I actually think that this is probably just a wild coincidence, because the last correspondence I had with her before I sent this email was me being like, hey, I noticed my date was pushed forward again instead of fixed. What's going on? And she said, I'm emailing the timekeeper and stand by. That's what she said. But like over, it's been like 10 days have gone by since then, and I didn't hear anything from her, which is why I've felt the need to send another message to indicate that I was going to escalate this. And then, of course, she immediately comes back with this. And suddenly, after 4 years and almost 4 months now, I am suddenly and unexpectedly free right now, all of a sudden, which is wild right now. wild feeling right now. And I'm actually going to make another video about, you know, how this feels and you know, what's going on. I wanted to post this video separately because I didn't want that, which is the more important thing, to get muddied up with all this criminal justice system BS. So since the last few videos I posted, you know, we're kind of talking about this stuff, I felt like I needed to, you know, provide the conclusion to what happened technically, okay? But the reality of the situation is that I guess I'm free right now. She said she sent out the documentation that confirms that. So I'm not gonna take it totally to heart until I get that in the mailbox, until I see that with my own eyes and have it in my hand that says, you know, signed, that I'm free. The website that tells the information on all the, you know, inmates' sentences and everything still says February 5th. Okay, so, you know, like, I'm sure that it just hasn't been updated yet, but at the same time, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm waiting for that paper, but this is pretty cool. This is pretty exciting, and I'm not sure what to say yet or what to think about it, because I just found out about this. So anyway, I'll have another video coming up really shortly here in the next couple days, probably, talking about, you know, what this is like. You know, this is crazy. You guys have been with me, you know, since I started this YouTube channel, and I've been imprisoned the whole time, and this is the first moment that I am free. This is the first moment you're ever seeing me as a free man. So, wow, crazy. All I can really say right now is that I feel like there's some weight that's been lifted up that I didn't even realize was there. You know, I knew I was gonna feel some relief and some stress relief from being released, but I didn't realize, you know, the gravity of it. So I'm excited to talk about this and think about this and figure out what to do right now. You know, I've had all these plans lined up, but some of them have been altered due to the, you know, uncertainty of what's been going on in this situation with the justice system. So things aren't going, you know, as expected. And this is certainly unexpected. So you know, let me just process this, and I'll get back to you soon. Okay? I love you guys. Thanks for all the support, and I'll see you very soon.